What's going on, everybody? Lauren with the TMF podcast. Today, I want to do a short little video here about pro boxing. Now, if you follow any of my show, you'll know that I'm a huge MMA fan. I love watching UFC. I love watching Bellator. I love the fight game. However, boxing has never really been my forte. I never really got into boxing, not even back in its prime heydays. I just never really got into the sport. I don't know what it was about boxing. Maybe too much clenching, just not. I don't know. The wow factor just wasn't quite there for me with boxing. I will admit, I do like watching the big guys box. I like watching Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. I like some of these main big heavyweight contenders. Everyone else, I'm not really that interested in watching them. I'm just being honest. But I want to talk about whether or not boxing is now just the new, it's almost like a meme. It's like a meme sport. It's turning into this. And it started all with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor challenging Floyd Mayweather Jr. to a boxing match, a lot of hype. And look, I think people got behind it because Conor is more of a boxer in the MMA game. He's not a grappler. They were of similar size. And look, Conor had knockout power. Why not throw him in there with Mayweather? Let's see what happens. We saw what happened. Since then, several retired fighters have decided they're going to go and box and do these exhibition bouts. Mayweather has now had 3 exhibitions, all of which paid him a ridiculous amount of money. He's fought a YouTube star. He's fought somebody over in Japan. He's fought Conor McGregor. Now we have Jake Paul, Logan Paul fighting, boxing people in various matches. And I can't help but think maybe boxing is just where you go when you want to make a bunch of money. You don't want to get hurt because they don't really get hurt in boxing. You're doing these fights that we're seeing pop up. These guys aren't really taking damage. They're not getting knocked out. So is that really what boxing has become? Has boxing become this thing where we can go fight, but we don't really get hurt? When you go from the UFC, or you go from Pride or ONE FC or Bare Knuckle or any other of these sports, and you put on 10, 12-ounce gloves, 16-ounce gloves, however big of gloves they're wearing in boxing, you adopt the boxing rules, and you put 2 guys in there, it's not a fight. And look, I might get some hate for saying this, but it's not a fight. I watched the Masvidal Gamebred fight that was on. I watched the clip of that. That's a fight. Watch Bare Knuckle, man. That's a fight. We got right here, Vitor Belfort claims he's boxing Evander Holyfield after Oscar De La Hoya. Dude, we should not care. Evander Holyfield has not fought in a long time. Oscar De La Hoya, great boxer. Why is Vitor Belfort, who is 45 years old, 46? Vitor's up there. Why is he going and fighting other old dudes in a boxing match? For what are you trying to prove at this point? I don't understand what you are trying to prove to anybody by going into a boxing ring and deciding this is what we're going to do. We're just going to box. Because you're not really... Look, we watched Logan Paul Mayweather. Lots of hugging it out, lots of clench. No real damage done to either fighter the whole time. They walk away with a fat payday, and they live to play another day. Why not? So it does seem to me like boxing is just a new meme sport. So it seems to me like that's what's happening. And I think it takes away from boxing. I think we got guys who aren't trained boxers who just want to go in there and fight for money. You got Tyron Woodley coming out, going to fight Jake Paul or whatever. Look, that's cool, but I don't understand. I guess I do. I understand this. You want to fight. You want to prove that you're tough. So you go fight somebody in a boxing match because you're probably not getting hurt. Look, Ben Askren went out there, got knocked out in 30 seconds. He's fine. Sustained, honestly, no damage. Was completely fine. Walked away with a big payday. So that's where it's at. And when you look back at the days of when boxing was in its prime and you had all of these big name boxers, and it seems like it really meant something. And now it doesn't seem like it means anything. But UFC, man, you hold that UFC belt, use a bad mother. You hold that Bellator belt, use a bad mother. You hold that pride, that one champion at ONE FC, man, look, use a bad dude. I don't know, man. Now you got boxers calling out MMA fighters to box. The only one that shouldn't step in that ring, the only one that should stay the hell out of boxing is Francis Ngannou. That dude will go in there and rain some absolute freaking punishment on them dudes. I believe that. But outside of that, man, you all need to calm the fuck down. We don't care. We don't care. We shouldn't care. You want to fight? Get in the octagon. That's what I'm saying. You want to fight? Get in the octagon. You know what? Don't even put it in. Put on heavier gloves or whatever. I don't know. Take away whatever you want, man. That's a fight. Boxing, I think it's turned into a joke. Let me know what you think.